The Airbus A380 is destined to be dead soon. The Boeing 747? That has already become a history. And yet, something strange is happening on aviation's landscape. Airlines are pulling the world's biggest planes out of storage instead of retiring them. Emirates plans to fly the A380 into the 2040s. Lufthansa dragged theirs back from the desert. British Airways, Qantas, Korean Air, all have reversed the course out of compulsion. So here's the question no one can answer. If giant planes are still desperately needed, why has no manufacturer dared to build the next one? And more importantly, who will break the silence first? For years, the industry narrative was simple. Big planes were inefficient. Hub and spoke was becoming outdated. Frequency beat capacity. The A380 became the symbol of everything aviation was moving away from. But airports didn't get this memo. London Heathrow is maxed out. Frankfurt is capped. Paris, Amsterdam, Zurich, Munich, all are slot restricted. You can't just add flights anymore. When demand rises, airlines face only one option: put more seats on each departure, and demand isn't slowing down. India is racing toward becoming the third largest aviation market. China is rebounding hard with second place in the ranking of largest aviation markets. Middle Eastern hubs are expanding faster than any other region on Earth. Europe has already surpassed pre-pandemic traffic levels. Meanwhile, something far more dangerous is approaching. Between the 2030s and 2040s, the industry will retire. Over 800 Boeing 777-300ERs, more than 250 A380s, hundreds of other high-capacity wide bodies. That means over 1,000 aircraft in the 350 to 550 seat category are disappearing. And right now, there is nothing in production that truly replaces them. No new super jumbo, no modern high-capacity successor, which is why three radical ideas are now quietly battling behind the scenes. Emirates made its move first. At the recent Dubai Air Show, the airline placed a massive 777X order, but with a twist. They demanded Boeing study something bigger. Rather, much bigger. Enter the 777-10, a stretch version of the 777-9, capable of carrying 450 to 500 passengers. On paper, it makes sense. GE9X engines already exist to augment this variant. Twin engines means lower fuel burn, familiar cockpit and systems for cockpit crew, but this aircraft would push engineering to its limits. With a fuselage that long, engine-out takeoff margins become razor-thin. Tail strike risk skyrockets. Runway requirements increase dramatically. This wouldn't be a global jet. It would be a big hub monster built for a handful of airlines. And there's another problem. Boeing doesn't have the bandwidth to jump into this venture. The 777-9 still isn't certified by Federal Aviation Administration. The MAX 7 and MAX 10 are unfinished yet. Cash and credibility of Boeing are under pressure. So while the 777-10 is the most likely super jumbo successor, it's also the most fragile. While Boeing talks, Airbus studies quietly. The idea is called the A350-2000, a stretched A350-1000. Lighter than the 777, more efficient on medium to long routes, capable of carrying 430 to 450 passengers. And here's the dangerous part for Boeing. The A350 platform is already certified. That means lower risks in already established market, faster entry into the service, less money to be burned into the development and launch of aircraft type. Airbus executives have admitted airlines are asking for it everywhere. But Airbus is cautious. They've been burned before while doing the like experiment. The A380 taught them what happens when you build a plane for only one or a handful of customers. So Airbus wants firm commitments and anchor orders from the interested airlines, so as to ensure that this isn't another niche experiment. And then there's the engine problem. Middle Eastern airlines want more thrust for hot and high operations. That could mean development of a new Rolls-Royce variant to support such requirements. For Airbus, that means more lead time and more spend of money. Ultimately, more hesitation from Airbus. And then there's the aircraft in the market that refuses to stay buried. Tim Clark of Emirates won't let the A380 go. His vision is composite wings, lighter structure, ultrafan engines, 20 to 25% better fuel burn. On paper, it's incredible, but in reality, it would cost Airbus 20 billion to 30 billion euros to develop. One of the biggest hurdles for Airbus is that it has already shut down the production line. The factories now build A321neos. Restarting a 380 production would cost more than developing the A350 itself. And the fatal flaw in the variant is that no airline except Emirates wants 4 engines anymore. The A380neo isn't dead because it's unwanted. It's dead because twins can do 90% of the job at 70% of the cost. Post-pandemic behavior of airlines industry actually tells the truth. Airlines didn't reactivate A380s out of nostalgia. They did it because they had no other choice. Heathrow is already stretched to the limits. Frankfurt can't expand further. Singapore, Tokyo, Haneda, Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport are all slot constrained, but the travel demand keeps rising. Big aircraft aren't optional anymore. They have become necessary. That's why airlines like Emirates, Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines, Lufthansa, British Airways, Singapore Airlines are all asking the same question. Who moves first, Boeing or Airbus? The next Super Jumbo won't be a double-decker for sure. It will be twin-engine, 450 to 500 seats, ultra-long fuselage, designed to actually replace the 777-300ER, not copy the A380, whether it's the 777-10 or the A350-2000. One decision will shape long-haul aviation for decades. More frequency with smaller jets, or fewer departures with massive aircraft. The clock is ticking, and the silence from Boeing and Airbus is getting louder day by day. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe the future of long-haul aviation belongs to giant aircraft like the next A380-style jet? Or is the industry right to move towards smaller, more frequent flights? If Boeing or Airbus launched a brand new high-capacity jet tomorrow, would airlines actually buy it? Share your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into aviation's biggest unanswered question, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next story. Because in aviation, the most important battles are the ones happening quietly right now.